Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. You can use code MollyBurke to get 10% off your purchase of a website or domain name. So I was recently the victim of a scam, or at least they attempted to scam me, and the only reason that my red flag went a-flying was because I had heard a couple of people warn about it on TikTok. So I am here to tell you about my experience, show you all my evidence, because I come with receipts. And I want to make sure that you guys avoid this because honestly, this was even better than I anticipated when people were telling me about it. And the thing is, you never think it's going to be you. It's like anything bad in life that happens, right? Like, you never think you're going to be the one that gets in a car crash. You never think you're going to be the one whose loved one gets cancer. Or you never think you're going to be the one who gets scammed. But anybody is at risk, people. These things can happen to any of us. And this is not the first time that people have attempted to scam me. I feel like as a content creator, being a public figure with a public platform, you are at higher risk for people to try to take advantage of you or scam you. And obviously I get the usual ones. Like, I think at least once a week I get a text message being like, your resume came across my table. And I'm like, I don't have a resume. I own my own business. You are full of BS. So I get the usual ones, but I've had a few very unique ones as a content creator. So I'm not just going to tell you one story. I'm going to tell you a few. It's like a mini story time. 3 in 1. Ready, set, go. Okay, so you might have heard about how people have been receiving packages in the mail with like a real product inside. And it'll be from one of their favorite brands or brands they order from frequently. So say I saw one woman got an Amazon package, and inside the Amazon package was a book, and it was the type of book that she felt like somebody at work could have sent her, or like her boss could have sent to the whole team, and like at the next meeting was going to announce that they were all going to read this book for corporate growth or something like that. So she felt like this was like a reasonable thing that she could receive, even though she did not order it. And the key is obviously that you're receiving things that you did not order. And a lot of the time, it's being kind of like, what's the word? Like, catfished. They're like catfishing you into thinking the company sent it to you as like a gift from Goop. Gwyneth Paltrow's brand Goop sent you a gift because you're such a loyal customer of her products. And then typically what'll happen is there'll be a QR code. It says like, scan the QR code to learn how to redeem another gift or something like that. Well, I receive a lot of packages, which is why I feel like I was honestly the perfect potential victim for this scam, because not only am I always ordering stuff for content that I make, but also I'm always receiving PR packages. So it is like Christmas regularly around here. I get at least a few packages a week, I would say. And sometimes I'm not anticipating the package arriving. Sometimes I receive PR and most of the time I'm not even aware it's coming. And so it is not unusual for me to receive packages that I am not expecting. So I get this package, and I had actually gotten 3 packages at the time. Bring the 3 packages in. I opened 2 of them. One was PR that usually when you do receive PR, the brand will reach out either via your team, so like through my management, to be like, would Molly be interested in receiving XYZ? What's her address? Or they will DM me, like my Instagram account directly, and I will communicate with them. So I received a PR package that I remember, oh yeah, like I remember picking these shoes out. And then I received something from Amazon that I had ordered for content. And the last package of the 3 that I opened was this one, which if you can see on here, I've blacked out any important information, but on here is the Revolve sticker. Now, I have an account with Revolve, meaning that like I have all my info saved, so that when I go to order from Revolve, because it's one of my favorite places to order from, I don't have to like fill in my address and stuff like that. It's already preset. Recently, I have made, in the last 3 months, 3 Revolve orders, and I actually made returns from all 3 of those. Revolve has a great return policy, which is part of why I like ordering from them. So, and they just have like a lot of brands that I really love. So I actually ended up returning something from all 3 orders, and I had just returned something. And their return window is a little bit short. I feel like 30 days is typical for most brands. They're 15. And I think that I had been traveling, so this hat that I returned was on the tail end of my 15-day return window. But I was like, I was certain I was in the return window, but I knew I hadn't ordered anything from Revolve, and I'm not on their PR list. So, like I said, I would know if I was on their PR list. I'm not aware when packages will arrive on PR lists, but I'm aware that I'm on the list. I'm not on Revolve's list, but feel free to call me, big fan. So I get this package, and I assumed that it was the hat being returned to me because I was outside of the return window. And then inside, there is this, which is a return label. Keep in mind, we all know here, I'm blind. So I can't like read what's on this return label. But I know, because I order from them, that you get the return slip inside. So I was like, why would I get the return slip for an item that they're returning to me because I didn't return it on time? Like, I was very confused. But I could feel on the edges of it, like there is literally cardboard from a box. And I was like, did they rip it off of the box that I sent them and return my own return label back to me again? Like, I was very confused. And then on the back of it, it is attached to like a cardboard postcard from the brand, which you often get when you order from brands. They'll throw like their little marketing thing in, which is the legit one from Revolve. It's like Forward and Revolve are the same company, so this is the Forward Revolve one. And then I asked my boyfriend, I was like, what is this? I'm so confused. And he starts reading it, and he is also confused. And at the same time, when he mentioned this QR code on the back, it's on there, right?
Yeah.
When he mentioned that to me, I was like, oh my God, I think this is that scam. And then I opened this, which was what was inside. And it is this cropped workout tank. And I immediately knew what brand this was. It's Spiritual Gangster. I've purchased things from Spiritual Gangster for like over a decade. So I immediately knew what this was. I've tried this tank top on in lavender in my ASOS video from years ago. I knew immediately, and I did not order this. But I still wasn't like convinced that I was right. I had the hunch that this was a scam, but I wasn't convinced yet that I was right. So I immediately went to my Revolve account and I was like, did they accidentally send me somebody else's order? Did I accidentally order it? Did they accidentally send me this as a return thinking it was the hat? Like, I was very confused. So I go to my account, I look through my order history, it shows my returns, it shows my orders. This is nowhere in my history. I wanted to be so certain. Obviously, I did not scan this QR code. If you haven't heard of the scam, what happens is when you scan the QR code, it basically implants a virus on your phone that allows them to get access to all of your passwords, banking information, logins to everything you are signed in on your phone. So if you're signed in on all your social media accounts, it'll give them all that access. If you're signed into your banking online, it'll give them that access. So it's really bad. So I did not scan this. I called Revolve's customer service line, and I went through this whole thing with them. First off, again, 10 out of 10 customer service. They picked up right away. The guy was so nice. He listened to my whole explanation. Like, I was like, look, I know I sound crazy. I know this is weird, but XYZ. He went through the whole thing with me, checked through my account. He was like, please, for your safety, do not scan that. This did not come from us. He was very grateful that I reported it, because obviously, like, it's good for them on the corporate level to know that their company is targeted as one of the scams. But essentially, my recent return that I made, we cross-checked the number. That's the other thing we did. We went to it's UPS. We went to the UPS website and like used the tracking number that was on this return label. This was my real return label that I did return that hat with.
So someone ripped it off
Somebody
of the
ripped
box that you returned
Correct.
At Revolve.
Yes. So either it is an inside job at Revolve.
Or UPS, right?
Yes, it's either an inside job at UPS, an inside job at Revolve, or somewhere like wherever Revolve dumps the boxes post-return, somebody like dumpster dove.
Right.
And then ripped this off my very real return box and sent it back to me, because this has all my return label info.
Didn't even bother cutting like clean edges on it.
Seriously, I was like, guys, come on now. If you're gonna try to do this, like,
That
do
was the
it
biggest
right.
giveaway. Like,
This was the biggest giveaway, was these pieces of cardboard, because I was like Revolve is an expensive brand. It is a premium company.
yeah.
With, as I said, like such great customer service, really premium products. They would never do this.
No.
And I've received enough packages from them with return labels that I have used to know it doesn't come like this. It doesn't come on the back of one of their postcards. It comes on a sticky
Like a
return
sticker.
label,
Yeah,
like
it's a
UPS.
sticker.
It's
Yeah.
a sticker.
Yeah.
So this was the biggest giveaway. So they really need to, if they're going to be scamming, they need to be doing it right. But the craziest part, and this is what really did like trip me up, like this is what made me confused, is A, this is a brand that I do buy from. I have purchased Spiritual Gangster before. And B, this is my size.
Yeah. So creepy.
That's so creepy. I don't know how they got my size.
No, the return label maybe, right?
No.
Was it from a previous thing you ordered that was an extra small?
No, it was from, in that order, I ordered a pair of shoes and a hat. So nothing that was like sized.
So it must be like internal with Revolve then. Like,
That's what I'm saying, is
Yeah.
like, I think maybe it's internal and they had access to my account. But then if they had access to my account, why wouldn't they steal my credit card info?
well, that's probably behind some kind of encryption, right?
Right, because
If anybody could access that, that'd be really messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it's literally an extra small, which is what I take at Tops. Obviously, the other thing that I did independently and on the phone with the Revolve guy is we cross-checked the SKU. They sell this exact product. They sell this product.
Yeah, so someone like ordered it and shipped it to you.
They literally ordered it from Revolve.
Yeah.
And I think this was the other thing that caught me really off guard with this scam, and for a long time, like thinking, no, it couldn't have been a scam, until I went through all of those steps of like checking the UPS, checking my account, calling Revolve. This is $60.
Wow.
This is $60. They spent $60 to scam me in an attempt to get my stuff. I would have
ROI
thought,
must be very high.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I would have thought they would have sent cheap stuff.
Mhm.
Like Revolve is expensive, but they do still sell like $20 bandanas,
Mhm.
$10, $20, $15 lipsticks. Like they could have sent me something cheaper. They sent me something in my size from a brand. On my Revolve account, you can see I've ordered Spiritual Gangster before.
Yeah.
So they really like did their damn research, and it freaks me out.
Mhm.
Like this was high level. But they lost $60 and I got a cute tank top, and now the question is, should I order the matching leggings?
And moral of the story, don't scan QR codes.
Please don't scan QR codes, especially from unfamiliar packages. If anything like this happens, do all of the background info checking that I did. And look out for this stupid, like, what the?
Yeah.
Come on now. So yeah, catch me wearing this at the gym. And in honor of this scam, let me tell you about 2 other crazy scams. Okay, before I get to the other 2 juicy scammer stories, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, which has been a longtime partner of my channel, and that is, of course, Squarespace, which is where I host my website, mollyburkeofficial.com, and have for longer than I've been working with them, because truly it is such a great platform that empowers anybody to be an entrepreneur and build a beautiful online presence for your brand. They have so many amazing tools like analytics and marketing tools, but also they have this new feature which harnesses 20 years of industry experience and AI to allow you to build a beautiful, unique online presence for your brand, to build a website that is completely bespoke to you, has a unique feel, and suits your needs. And that is called Design Intelligence. Once you've built your beautiful website, you can sell products. They make it really easy to sell products, whether it be physical goods, scheduling appointments with clients, or selling digital content, which is really cool. You can basically create a paywall, and behind that paywall, which you can choose to either set like a one-time fee or a monthly membership type of fee, behind that paywall, you can have video content, a blog, you can have little like how-tos and tutorials, that type of content, which is really awesome. And then getting paid. Very important as a business owner. They make it easy for your customers to pay you. Squarespace Payments is very easy to onboard, and it allows your customers to pay in more ways, giving lots of options like Klarna, ClearPay, Afterpay, Apple Pay, direct deposit. You've got it all. And when you're ready to launch your website, don't forget to use code MollyBurke to get 10% off your purchase of a website or domain name. Now, let's get back to the stories. Okay, when I first started my job as a content creator, I feel like you're like innocent to how vulnerable you are. I was very paranoid about things like being hacked, so I put a lot of stuff in place for that. But I even got like the camera cover on my computer because I was scared like somebody would hack in and watch me in my camera. Like I did all of those things to protect myself, making sure I had like the multi-level of verification on all my accounts and stuff. But I didn't think of people like trying to pretend they are me. And I think at this point, if you're on the internet, if you're chronically online like I am, you see fake accounts of common large creators all the time. And we all know that like if you get a DM from Molly Burke or from Hopescope or Mia Maples or whoever, and it is not like the blue check mark from the verified account, you ignore it. It is not real. We all know that. But this was 2017. I want to say like October 2017. I was just moving to LA, or maybe it was like January 2018. Either way, it was many years ago. And I had around 200,000 followers. So I was a big creator, but not a massive creator. And I get this DM one day, and it was from a brand. And they were like, "Hey, Molly, just wondering when we can expect to see your review." And I was like, what? I was really confused. So I like go to their account, never heard or seen of this company before. We have no prior DMs. So I was like, what is going on? So I respond to them like, "Hey, so sorry, no idea what you're talking about." And basically, what we untangled together is that somebody had created an @MollyBurkeOfficial account, but one of the O's was a 0, which is very easy to miss if you don't pay close attention. And she had replicated my Instagram account. So same profile picture, she would post everything I would post, she would repost, same captions and everything. She was then DMing brands. And this is why verification on accounts matters. Like this is why it exists. And this is why it's problematic that some companies are now like just selling verification.
Yeah.
Because it takes away the whole importance of verification. But she's DMing these brands, pretending to be me, and saying like, I'm like a big fan of your products, would love if you gifted them to me to feature them in my content. She was receiving PR as me. What pissed me off the most is she was mostly doing it to very small brands, very small companies, like mom and pop owned companies. She wasn't doing it to big companies because she knew that those would be the companies that are maybe not as wise or smart in terms of doing influencer marketing. Like if you DM Benefit Cosmetics, like they know what they're talking about. They've got a PR company that they work with. They know what they're looking for. But if you DM like a small company who's never worked with a content creator, you're just excited that a content creator wants to feature your stuff. So you're not looking out for those red flags. And you're more innocent and naive about it. And like that's what bugs me the most is she was hitting up these small companies where like giving away $30 or $60 or $100 worth of product, like that actually does make a difference to your bottom line at the end of that month. And anyways, this company ended up realizing, they DM'd me, and they DM'd me all the info that this scammer had given them for mailing out the product, which included a name, which was not my name. I want to say it was something like Sarah. It was like a very basic 80s, 90s white girl name. And it was like Sarah or Amanda or something. But it had her last name as well. We'll just say Sarah Johnson for funsies. If you're a Sarah Johnson out there, all love, no hate, okay? It's not personal. And it had her address, which was somewhere in like middle America. She lived on a farm. And I guess what she had said to them is like, "Oh, I have it sent to like my assistant." because I don't like to give out my personal address.
My assistant who lives out in a farm in the middle of America.
When my account clearly shows I live in Los Angeles. And I was able to use that information between the address and her name to find the woman on Facebook. She had an open profile, and I did some little stalking. And she was probably 10 to 15 years older than me. And, you know, I'm not going to make any remarks further than that. Like, I can't get in her mind. I don't know why she was doing this. If it's because she was struggling, there are other resources out there. Scamming, breaking the law is not the way to succeed.
Wait, really? Dang.
Clearly,
I have to rethink my priorities.
She thinks so. It was like really frustrating that she was doing that. So anyways, I got under control. She stopped. I messaged her. I told her that I knew what she was doing. She stopped. She was like, I'm so sorry.
Oh,
like,
wow.
She was all fake apologetic. Yeah, I'm sure you're so sorry.
Yeah.
Keep the products, babe.
Sorry,
like,
you're caught.
Mm-hmm. So that was one. And then another one, which this one is a big one now that a lot of content creators have this, and I see it all the time again, like on TikTok and stuff, people being like, if you're a content creator, be warned, XYZ. And I'm like, oh, girl, that scam happened to me in January of 2020. Basically, this company, and it was all so legit. Like, I can't even express to you how legit they make this look. I get these emails all the time that are like, I'm so-and-so from Huda Beauty, and we are big fans, and we would love to work with you. And like, they'll use like real people's names that work at those companies, and similar to the like Molly Burke official with an O or 0, they'll do like little things like that to email addresses to tweak it slightly to where everything looks so real. Even if you cross-reference the person's name on LinkedIn, it's that person's name and the exact job title they're saying that they have. Like, these people go so deep. They do such a good job. And my team did all of the due diligence when they reached out in January of 2020. I was in Davos, Switzerland. This is why I remember this so well. I was at Davos in Switzerland. It was right before the world went to hell. And my team reached out, or we had gotten this email. We forwarded it like we do with any brand request. We forwarded it on to my team. My team does all the due diligence. They have the conversation. They negotiate. And then they deliver back to me what the ask is. So they'll be like, this is the rate. This is what they want. This is the timeline. And then I'm able to like make a decision as to whether I want to move forward or not. And so they sent it back to me, and it was like our last day in Davos. And my mom was like, oh my God, like, this is a crazy offer. Like, the money was so high, so much higher than I was used to, which should have truly been the red flag. However, the company was owned by a billionaire. So we were like, well, seems legit. Like, I mean, sure, their budgets are, it's a high budget, but it's a really successful company. So we didn't think twice of it. And again, we cross-referenced like the founder's family. Like, we did everything. We went deep because my team and I were like, this seems too good to be true. Spoiler, if it seems too good to be true, it's because it is. And so the deal was basically, and again, so many companies have tried this since, but this was the first one. So I give my team and I forgiveness, because the first time something happens, you don't know the red flags to look for, which is why I share this stuff, so that you do know the red flags to look for. Basically, the deal was like, okay, we will give you X amount of money, and half of that is for you to donate to your charity of choice. Obviously, my charity of choice was the Mira Foundation, so I was really excited that I was going to get to donate so much money to the Mira Foundation. And it was like on behalf of Molly Burke and this company. So this company was going to get this like really like, oh, we look so philanthropic, we look like we're so inclusive, la 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 la. And so they were like, we'll send you all of the money. And I was like back to back with other work stuff. So I just like banged it out. Like I didn't even have time to question or think. I just filmed it. And we sent it. Like we sent them the content. They literally have the content. And then they sent us the check. And it was Wells Fargo. Through Wells Fargo. I had to go to Wells Fargo.
Interesting.
And
to cash a check.
To cash
or
it.
Deposit, right?
Yeah, and then like send some of it back to them or something. And that was where my dad was like,
yeah, that's a classic old school one.
Yeah, my dad was like, no. And my mom and dad are like looking at this check that we're supposed to go to Wells Fargo with, and they're like, something looks wrong. Like this doesn't look right. And when they went to Wells Fargo, they were like, we think this is fake. And Wells Fargo basically did their searching in the back, and they were like, this is fake. This is a scam.
Nice.
And we caught them before anything happened. We obviously didn't send them any money. We just sent them the content. And yeah, that was a crazy scam. And again, now that type of scam is really big in the influencer world. I knew nobody that had happened to at the time, and nobody was talking about it. I felt like really stupid. But that was kind of like clearly the beginning days of that type of scamming. And then COVID hit, and I feel like scammers really pivoted. So much scamming to be done during the days of COVID and lockdown. But yeah, so those are 3 crazy times that I have been scammed as a content creator. And now, let's try on my new top. So here it is. It doesn't go with these pants at all, but that's okay. It's like a nice ribbed little V-back, scoop neck. It's very comfy for yoga. It is like a ribbed navy blue, and it has this scallop detail on the edges, and they do sell exact matching leggings. Now, what I'm salty about, and I have to say, scammers, do better next time. I wouldn't have picked this color. They have this top in a really beautiful magenta pink. Hello?
This color looks great on you, though, I will say.
It is one of my colors, and I have been interested in getting into navy. However, if I had purchased it, I would have picked either the magenta or the shade that's called Lagoon. Look at these 2 colors in this top. Both of those are more Molly. The Lagoon is like this beautiful, bright, turquoisey, tealy blue. So pretty. But they picked navy, which I don't really fancy myself a navy girl, so that's one thing they got wrong about me. But yeah, very cute. I will wear this, like legitimately. I will wear this. So that is the one thing that worked out about this scam for me. Fail for them. That is this video. Be safe out there, people, because it is crazy. It's crazy. If you want another story time, click here to watch this video. Or if you want to see me cook with Blind Chef Christine Ha, click right over here.